Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is HailBoIt, Hail to the Boit, and this is AoM 101, Episode 5, A Taste of Gold. What is going to be happening today is I'm going to be analyzing two recorded games, but it's going to be some really in-depth discussion and analysis of why it works and what you have to be looking for to hit these things, which I'm gonna just label them as timing attacks, and that's gonna be what they're gonna be. So we're gonna call them timing attacks, and when we can sort of go for these attacks or whatnot. So without further ado, let's jump into the game. So here we go. It's going to be game, but it's a relatively old game, but it does illustrate the point that I'm trying to make here. We have two players here. Give Me Strength, he's also known as Spoink, very strong Loki player. I've always loved his Loki style, and the opponent he's playing today is Dior, set player. First thing I want to note is there is a relatively open gold mine here, so we can harass that a little bit depending on how our opponent plays, but that's not exactly what I want to talk about. What we need to be focusing on here is timing attacks and how we can hit these timing attacks. The fact is, for an Egyptian player, gold is very important. It's more important than the other races, but just as important as the other races, if that makes any sense. If you can cut gold, it means you win. So that is where our timing attack needs to hit. This gold mine, relatively open, however, I don't think it's going to be a smart idea to try and gold starve here. What we want to note is the gold mines everywhere else. There's this gold mine and there's this gold mine here. These are the two gold mines we have to be aware of. So when is this gold mine generally going to evaporate, generally going to generally going to finish? That's it. Generally going to finish. So normally it's going to be around the 10-minute mark generally, but regardless, that's when we have to. Sometimes it's not the 10-minute mark, other times it is, but that's when we have to really invade and be attacking around that 10-minute mark to prevent this gold mine from getting secured. So how do we do that, and how do we make sure that we are at our strongest point at that moment? Well, this game's obviously going to illustrate it, which is pretty much the introductory game on how to do it, and how to really be effective when doing it. So we're just going to see Spoink, Give Me Strength, spying the food, some place to harass. We can't just do nothing and then just try and aim for it. We have to do stuff while gearing up to hit this timing at 10 minutes at this gold mine right here. We gotta just harass and do little things here and there in order to really just push through and win the game. So what we can see here is obviously food is important. The thing about Loki, okay, I'm just jumping around here, but the thing about Loki, in order to hit these timing attacks, is that we have, our food is extremely important. We have 80 food hursers, and we have gatherers, and we have dwarves. How can we mold our strategy in order to hit all of these timings correctly in the first part with the harass and the second part with the gold stuff? Because we have a lot of food in our units, but then again we can also pump units without using food, and that's in our dwarves. So we're going to be pumping a lot of Herser. As we can see, he's already queued up 2, and we're also going to be pumping a lot of dwarves. Hopefully what we're going to see is mass dwarves onto this gold mine. So we have about 10, and then we're going to be seeing the rest onto the goats, probably dwarves as well, so we can hit that heroic age at a reasonable time. So obviously he's going to be pumping the Herso, he's then going to build 2 barracks also, and it's just going to be attempting to raid. Pushing off this gold mine, he's just lost an Ulfsark, which is something you don't really want to do. When you're trying to hit a timing attack, the best thing to do is to attempt to not lose any units. If you can lose no units when you're going for a timing attack, then that's when the best sort of possibility can be for you to win, losing no units until you try and hit the timing attack. So you're picking off units and you're trying to lose no units. What Dior's doing is he's going for a very low gold build with a classical fight. The units only cost about 30 gold or 20 gold, so the timing is going to be set back a little bit. He doesn't need to mine as much gold to pump as many units, so that's what's going on there. So he can generally just push out over to this gold mine at a later stage, and we can see that now. He's scouted that the classical units are here, so he can say, okay, the timing's a little bit back. We can pump more units ourselves before we go up, because he is not going to be moving out to the gold mine at the 10-minute mark. Us on the other hand, we have eight gold villages, but now we're also pumping onto food. Give Me Strength should just be pumping a lot more units. He's building raiding cavalry because his opponent is going for the axemans, so that's gonna sort of make it easier for him. And yeah, the rhinoceros as well. They're I'm just getting distracted here. What am I talking about? Okay, sorry. Timing attack. How are we going to get to the heroic age, right? That's what we want to hit. We want to hit at this gold mine when he's moving out to this gold mine. We want to hit just at the heroic age when he's doing it. How are we going to do that? We're going to stop building units at a specific point in time. He's probably going to be around about the 8-minute 30 mark. He's going to stop building units, he's going to build an armory, and he's going to go to the heroic age, which looks like he has done that. He hasn't adjusted for the fact that his opponent is going for a classical fight. He could probably build more units, however he's going for the standard sort of build in order to at least get to that heroic age and harass a little bit around there. So he's just picking off villages as well, but really the point of that was to check the gold mine, check how much gold he's got left. He's got 1,000 gold left. That's going to last for at least another 2 minutes, maybe more. And he also has been checking on the size of his opponent's army. If we look at the population, he's actually got 92. So Give Me Strength knows that heroic age from Dior is not really an option at the moment because he's been pumping so many units. So now we're hitting to the heroic age, and now we're re-pumping units, but our gold miner has extinguished, so we need to get that gold happening a bit more. He is being a bit safe here, throwing a watchtower just in case. He doesn't want this to be raided or anything like that. So now, okay, we hit the heroic age at 10 minutes and 50 seconds. The gold mine here, if we can check it, has 750 gold left, and he's trying to secure this gold mine. What we need to be doing right now is we need to be hitting this gold mine right here. Or what we need to be doing is checking this gold mine and seeing when this is out, and then attacking through like multiple passages and then flaming weapons and winning the game right here. What we're going to see Give Me Strength do, however, is he's going to be trying to put some pressure onto this town center here and maybe try and take it. It's not a bad idea, but again, it's not a game-winning idea. He split up his army into 2 different parts, so he is trying to do this double pronged attack as well. However, the Dior is sort of out of position here. He's not really, I don't think he's really being smart here, but regardless, it's all coming down to this attack. When this gold mine does extinguish, he's not going to have any, Dior's not going to have any gold. He's not going to have enough gold to go to the heroic. Well, he does have enough gold to go to the heroic age, so he can sort of retreat back, but that's not going to happen. So again, we're just putting pressure on everywhere. Because the timing's a little bit off, we can't really do much in regards to winning the game with our flaming weapons, because attacking into this location is kind of a bad idea. So we have to upgrade our units, and we have to grab more population and do more damage here and there. What Give Me Strength should be doing, he should be sitting at least 115 supply now. He could be building more units, and he is, and he should be building Battle Boar as well. If he gets that 115 supply and then attacks and then flaming weapons, he will completely decimate. So that's basically it. This wall going to be taken down. Again, he's going to try and get into this town center and force his opponent to come out this way in order to prevent this town center from getting taken. So I suppose it's not a bad idea there. He's grabbing the town center as well. That's going to give him extra supply. It's going to be a little bit more safe, and he's going to have something to fall back on if the timing doesn't work. But yeah, that's the thinking behind this, because the timing's a little bit off on the gold mine. If we can play fast a little bit just to see what happens. So the gold mine is extinguished now. Dior should be moving over here in order to secure this gold mine. And what exactly does happen here? A little bit of pressure going on, a little bit of pressure. Dior just trying to get enough. Oh, he's going to the heroic age. He's trying to get enough time in order to use ancestors and push out into this location, and then throw down a migdal. He doesn't have the gold though. However, needs another 50 gold in order to throw that migdal down. He probably would be better off spending that on units, but he's not. Now, Dior sitting in this position right here, lovely flanks which can go on right now. It can come in through here and come in through here, and then attempt to really do some damage. Or better yet, just attack right into this now and then pick off the entire army. However, it looks like I don't actually know what's going on. Okay, so this is a distraction. This town center needs to be taken out, so he's going to be taking down this town center here, and that's the GG because he can't. Okay, that's what I was waiting for, right? I was hoping that the flame weapons would actually go off and then he would be able to take it out, but obviously not. So we're going to theory craft a little bit here. There is 124 population Loki army with flaming weapons coming in right here. These villages are all out of position. You can't exactly save them. Give me strength, we'll be able to come in here, flaming weapons, kill off this entire army, and then gold starve. It's exactly what you want to do with the timing. It is 13 minutes, 30 seconds, so the timing was off by about 3 minutes. Normally this happens at 10 minutes and 30 seconds, right? So let's just quickly run through how this works. Just because I was a little bit offset there while I take a drink of water. Okay, generally what happens is Loki spams about 10 Hersir against normality, 10 Hersir, and then goes heroic age. And then pumps more units while going to heroic age. This will normally happen around the 10-minute mark. So this is why the timing works well. The gold mine normally finishes at the 10-minute mark, and then he'll push out and he'll have to grab this gold mine. And whereby our flaming weapons hits and we do a lot of damage or win the game. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at a game where it's played a lot more crisply. We're going to look at the same Loki player. I believe it's this one. Yep. Okay. It's the same matchup. So it's Set versus Loki versus Set. But it's on Oasis. And the thing that is good about this is that there isn't much hunt on this map normally, and we can still see that this strategy works even without lots of hunt. So that's always good. So basically, again, what we're aiming for right now is a timing attack at their gold mine at the 10-minute mark-ish. But we're about 2 minutes late. That could be the difference between winning the game and losing the game, or like winning the game or only getting advantage through doing it, because you should always get an advantage through using flaming weapons because it's such a strong power. We know what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get to the heroic age. We're trying to hit that flaming weapons as soon as we hit heroic. If we can do that, then the opponent has no time to prepare. He doesn't know that we're going to heroic age. He can't see what we're doing, and he doesn't really know what he can't prepare unless he's sort of metagaming and or really good at judging how many units you have, scouting really well and seeing what you're doing and then preparing for it. But he doesn't really know. He doesn't have the time to prepare. You might be able to throw up a tower beforehand or whatnot in order to scare you, but really you have Hersir and probably also Pierce upgrades in order to hit that. We're going to play fast through this because we don't really need to look at the build order. If you want to look at these games, just go to RTS Sanctuary and search for these two players playing Loki and Set. It's very simple to find in the Age of Mythology section. The same build order, just quickly, 4 villages on food, 2 villages on gold, 2 villages on wood, and then you're aiming for roughly a 7-4-4 or 7-5-5 sort of structure by the time you're going to the classical age. We see that this is a gold mine that we have to be worried about, and also there's a lot of gold mines over here. So this is probably the side that we want to be worried about. There's 5 gold mines over here versus only the 2 here. What we can do is we can wall off this side and then not worry about here, or we can just presume that our opponent, assume that our opponent is going to be going for this gold mine and then really just hit here very strongly. While I take another sip of water. the temple goes up, and we have to be aware that where our gold mines are as well, so we don't get gold starved ourselves by some sort of aggression. We do have a safe gold mine here, but nowhere near the same amount of gold mines as our opponent, so it's probably be worthwhile walling here. Apologies while my parents walk into my room. Where was I up to? What am I talking about? Chat, tell me what I'm talking about. Okay, we're going through 430, and we're going to get Hall of Thanes, and we're going to be spamming out our Herso in order to do our timing attack on this gold mine over here. Greek Maestro is... he's being a bit sneaky. He's gold mining here instead of at home, which is going to allow him more safety for a longer period of the game. However, actually, this is bad here. You should never run out with just these 2 units, especially against an Egyptian player who's going to be spamming some priests. You have a little bit of a timing at about 4:30 if you do advance them that you can be aggressive, but until then you should. But after then, like maybe about the 5:30 mark, you shouldn't really be running around until you have Hall of Thanes. A little bit of micro battles going on here. Shifting Sands, pretty nice, but this is going to allow give me strength to scout it a little bit. No, it's not. A little bit sad. A little bit of a spawn on that unit, and why is this playing fast? Sorry about this. Okay, so again we're pushing back here. Again, he is building nothing but Herso. He doesn't see any barracks going up yet, so he doesn't need to consider building raiding cavalry. As soon as he spots that, he should build out some raiding cavalry, because we know that he's not going for a straight fast heroic. I would have loved to find a fast heroic game with Loki versus Isis, but I just didn't have the time. Because it's just so simple. If your opponent is Isis and they fast heroic, you can just gold starve 100% of the time just with this 10 Herso strategy. There's nothing that the Isis player can really do. Fast heroicing is not the right answer against Loki. And now we see he is building rain cavalry. He has spotted the barracks going up, so he wants to be preemptively prepared for axemen to pop out. So he's going to be building some rain cavalry. Playing fast again, we see a lot of villagers on food, not so many on gold, but he is preparing to go to that heroic age. And again, he should stop building units around the 830 mark. He should be around about 70 supply, hopefully not losing too many units, and then he'll be good to go. If we can see, he should be stopping. He isn't building any more Herso, but he might just be waiting. Hopefully he does stop. And it looks like he is stopping the production. No, he's not. He's building her. So that just completely rapes me. Makes me so sad. But he does see that the gold mine is 1700 gold or so there. But again, maybe it's the 9-minute mark. He's deciding to stop. Okay. He's going for 80 supply and then the heroic age. He's not going to be building any more units now. There's always a point in the game when you want to say, okay, I need to stop building units. For him, in this game, it was 9 minutes. Normally, 8 minutes and 30 seconds is a pretty rough estimate in order to make sure you're hitting that heroic age at the 10 minute 30 mark. And again, we do have complete security on this gold mine. He really needs to build up at least something like a Herso around this side to wall it off, because we don't want the enemy to be running over that way. He does have the resources now to go to the heroic age, but does he have an armory? He doesn't have an armory. His armory is going up. He's going to be hitting it about a minute later because he's he built a couple more units. So obviously that's why. Greek Maestro, a little bit struggling here, a lot of pressure going on, and he's kind of buckling under the pressure, I wish I could just go back and talk about other stuff, but the recorded game features aren't that great in Age of Mythology, but that's okay. He's now hitting Bragi. He saw his opponent building up walls in order to secure this gold mine. He is throwing up a tower as well. However, sitting at 105 supply with 80 favor in the bank, we are going to be able to push through here very powerfully. Now it is 12 minutes, and I did say that at 12 minutes you might not win with an attack like this. Greek Maestro is sitting on 100 supply-ish, so he may have the possibility of defending over here. Give Me Strength is trying to be a little bit sneaky right here. He's trying to distract over this side in order to force some units, and then he'll simply just retreat. And then he'll push in over here with flaming weapons. He is throwing up a hill fort as well, so he's delaying this timing quite significantly. But he is attempting to gear up to use this timing. He does have 2 town centers, and he is sitting at 130 supply. So really, what he's trying to do now is he's trying to max out units and then attack at a point when set is the weakest. He's going to be attacking with at least. Also, he does note that there's towers up, so he's going to be attacking. He should wait. Hold on. He should have pierce armor going up. No, he's going for mail. He probably should grab pierce armor though, but that's okay. He's going to be coming in through with a portable ram and flaming weapons. This is going to force him to retreat, and it's also going to make this attack over here relatively powerful because he did get a battle boar spawn. He's going to be pushing through here. This battle board soaking up a lot of the damage, as well as all of his Hersa dealing a lot of damage as well. Huskel popping out as well with portable ram. So this is going to be able to push through onto this gold mine. It's going to force Greek Maestro off this gold mine over onto this gold mine, which is not going to get this town center is not going to get secured. And he does have some hill forts over here in order to really do some damage. But the big fight is here, and he does have enough in order to push through, and it was just enough. Note that it was just enough. So that's why the timing was a little bit off. Normally you can just outright win here, but what happens is he only pushed off gold mine. Greek Maestro, yes, he's struggling at the moment. He's sitting at 70 supply, but he's not out of the game. He has 1,000 food, so long as he can secure this gold mine, he can do a little bit more. However, the Give Me Strength kind of guy might be able to grab this town center as well and get a 4-2 town center advantage. This town center here is completely secured. There's no way that Greek Maestro can take this unless he decides to push over here, which he is doing so now. He does have the Pharaoh as well to pick off this Iron Hijab, which is already on the HP anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And basically this game is over. But the fact that Give Me Strength is ahead by so much, that normally doesn't happen with that attack like that. So what's going to happen later is we're going to hit our second timing, which is of Thimble Winter, which he should be gearing up to go quite soon. If we look at his resources, he does have quite a few, and we will play fast in order to see. He doesn't have the market up yet. Play fast until we see this timing. Just a little bit of delaying action going on so he can hit this timing. He's just harassing and whatnot and pushing through, killing off houses, doing damage here and there. If he throws down a market soon, it would be quite nice. He also has this town center to grab, so he's going to be sitting at 160 supply until he does decide to get up that heroic age, or maybe the fortified town center or whatnot. The hill fort goes up in order to secure this location. He doesn't want to lose this location because his whole entire army isn't over here at the moment. He does have a lot of favor, but he doesn't have that much gold. So he is having to move over to gold mine, which is completely unsecured and way off the other side of the map because the map was kind of bad for him. However, he is spamming more units, and he will be going to the Mythic Age as soon as he can decide to throw up a market. Kind of a suicide attack there by Greek Maestro trying to push through in order to get this location, but that's just not going to happen. Market does go up, and now what you can do with the market is you can actually sell a bunch of your wood for gold in order to go to the Mythic Age. Obviously that's a good option. And now he's asserted dominance. He's got complete map control. This town center is kind of able to get taken, and now that tier or tile will be the last kind of blow. Basically he'll be able to push in, wolves should spawn around the town center, and you should win. You can do this in other positions as well, while the final sort of push which Greek Maestro tried to pull with Ancestors comes through, but there's just too many Hersa which will deal with the Ancestors while the Throwing Axemen deal with the classical units, if you might throw it correctly. And a bunch of units getting spawned. Greek Maestro is still sitting at, Give Me Strength still sitting at nearly max supply, so there's no way that Greek Maestro can push through there. And then finally, as where are we? We're sitting at 70% complete around about now. Going to be able to push in and take out this town center here. With Tier, obviously, you can't do it without him. There's just too much going on. He should also probably be grabbing more Pierce armor as well, because we're pushing into an area which is quite heavily dominated by towers, tower fire. However, there's the Fimbulwinter, and there goes them there, and that's pretty much just sealing the game. However, if we talk about what would have happened had Greek Maestro played better, because I don't feel like this was perfect play by either player. If Greek Maestro had played better and survived this attack, like with more ability, more mobility, he might have lost the gold mine, but he had to move over the other side, but he still had lots of units left or something like that. What happens is we hit our second timing. So our first timing was flaming weapons, our second timing is Fimbulwinter. Generally what happens is a pack of wolves spawn near every town center. Obviously there was only one town center to spawn near, so it only spawned here. However, if we use flaming weapons and we then attack this town center at, it's probably more like the 18-minute mark if the attack fails, because you don't have 4 town centers to supply cap yourself with. You only have 160 supply to supply cap yourself with, so then you're going to do that, and then we're going to sort of come in and flaming weapons to take out their third town center in order to win the game. Because you also have the Fimbulwinter to deal damage to the town center or army, and also your full supply worth of battle boar, hearse, Rhodian cavalry, all the good works. So that's basically it for today. I'm going to go to the chat now. If anyone has any questions they would like to ask me, then go and ask me those questions right now. I've got 12 viewers, so hopefully somebody asks some questions while I type away. Ask away, ask away, ask away. So yeah, just armory upgrades as well to hit timing attacks. I wanted to talk about other locations. Okay, here we go. Yes, why don't they Shifting Sands rush and have idle pharaohs? Can you define what Shifting Sands rush is? And also, the random idle pharaoh is simply because Greek Maestro probably isn't that great at this point in time. He's got a lot better now, but he's not that great. Define Shifting Sands rush, please. Okay, I can say that first off, there wasn't enough hunt to really advance at the 4-minute mark, 4-minute 30 mark. It's an interesting theory though to do that. If you advance at the 4:30 mark, a Loki should also be advancing at the 4:30 mark there, with also 2 temples producing her search, so he should be able to defend against it. Loki had his gold mine, I think it was around about here, so yes, it would have been effective, but I think if there was enough hunt, it could have been... Again, if there's hunt on the map, yes, it can happen. However, Loki should be able to advance at the same point anyways, because he also has the same hunt. On this map, there wasn't that much hunt. There was only like two deer and like 3 zebra, so you can't really do that sort of strategy. You're not going to have the food in order to do it, so you're going to have to sort of play back, and you can't do it. Though you can still push, but it will be more like the same point, but later in the game, like 5 minutes 30, and do the same sort of strategy. It looked like that's what Greek Maestro was trying to do, but to see the timing was off or whatnot. Yes, the set player should have used his Shifting Sands in order to do more stuff, like probably take off three villagers and an ox cart off their wood or off their gold as soon as he did, but I can't explain why he didn't. That's something that's standard and should always happen. Are there any other questions? Anything regarding to timing attacks or anything like that, because you can timing attack with other civilizations as well. It's not just Loki. Poseidon has a really strong timing attack with Curse, and also upgrades as well. He can hit the heroic age at like 10 minutes or 10 minutes 30, and then use Curse to kill off like 7 or 8 units of his opponent's army, or have a superior army in strength as well. But yeah, but that's that's kind of it. Zeus also has a really strong timing attack with a full population restoration bronze army. With if he's not Athena rushing, of course, he can do sort of Hippicon Toxotes, hit the Heroic Age about the 12-minute mark, restoration, bronze, 150 pop. You basically can't stop that stuff unless you're preparing for it, or if it's completely fair sort of army, Zeus should be able to push through. Isis has a really strong one as well if she decides to go for a classical attack, puts on some pressure, retreats, comes back and hits their gold mine with Ancestors Eclipse at again the 10-minute, 12-minute mark with a full pop army. It's very hard to stop. Thor can also do a style of Loki, except he's probably going to go for more army upgrades because he can't get that extra myth unit spawn on top of it. That's why it's not quite as strong. Hades again can do a similar style to Poseidon and Zeus. He can hit the Heroic Age with Restoration and Curse. Set can it's not as strong as Isis, but of course Shifting Sands, Ancestors, and attack that gold mine. So you can shift into the gold mine and then Ancestors and then win there. Again at the 12-minute mark, 10-minute, 30 mark, between there. Any other questions, or can I just sort of... any questions? Any questions? Any suggestions for the next AoM 101? Something you want to learn about? Any suggestions for the next AoM 101? How big is... That's inappropriate. Any other questions, suggestions, anything like that? Anything you enjoyed, anything you didn't quite enjoy? Any appropriate questions? Gosh. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, well my name is HailBoIt. This was AoM 101, episode number 5, Taste of Gold, all about timing attacks, and I really want to see people focused. I really want to see people focus on hitting these timing attacks in their games. If you can get your economy sorted out and then hit these timing attacks, it's just completely amazing feeling just to run in and just completely outright destroy someone and then just go, well, how could I have stopped that? It's not possible. So if you can hit these timings, it's how you're supposed to play. I feel it's how you're supposed to play. It makes booming irrelevant because you're hitting these timings which your opponent can't stop. But obviously they only work on certain maps. You have to scout really well, you have to be aware of your opponent and what he's doing, and then sort of go from there. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in next week. If you have any suggestions, any recorded games you want me to analyze, send them to HailBoItTV@gmail.com, and just play lots of AoM because I love seeing people get better at this game, and I love it when people beat me by using tactics that I explained. So hopefully I see you guys online and play a little bit more. I am getting a new computer, so I will be able to start streaming my games so you can actually see me play, so that'll be fun as well. So be sure to tune in later, and I'll see you guys next time.